You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
What's up, guys? Sorry for again the long wait, but of course I am now here, and we are currently now live here at Predator Collectibles. I just want to say thank you very much for your patience. I want to make sure that I got all my review key points tucked in, so we should of course be on our way. And I am of course your host, Glennon Taylor. So how's everyone doing today, guys? You guys doing alright today? Well, there might be a little bit of a lag. Let me see if I can't adjust that really quickly. Because right now I'm going at 632 kilobytes. I'll do 450. Alright. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pygmy. I know you're tired. I'm sorry. There's a lot of key points that I want to talk about in regards to the movie. This is a live review. What's up, Eric? So, pretty much what it is that I'm going to get to the review. I'm going to try to, as best as I possibly can, to make sure that we can talk about it. What your thoughts were, what you liked, what you didn't like, what was in the movie, what was not in the movie, and possibly some Easter eggs. But before I do that, what I do of course want to take into account is they're actually, by any chance so far, we all know about Prime 1, and right now so far they have released the current image of the Juggle Hunter, which I really can't wait for. And I think this is going to be a 1/4 scale. And that's going to be, of course, because it's a movie, all comic book related statues will be 1/3. This will be in 1/4. So I think that'll be really, really cool and really awesome. I'm going to just take this chat thing off so I can't do it. There we go. Not a lot. I mean, pretty much just what it is that I want to make sure that what's going on right now currently is also what I got in my collection is, and I'm going to make sure I real quickly. You've seen this episode or scene where Sergeant Rock, number 408, with Shane Black, Hawkins. So you do realize I do have the autographed Shane Black Hawkins figure. This is off the Instagram feed. So I do in fact have that to showcase. That's part of my collection. Very happy and super stoked about that. And the reason that I do show off that ending scene is because I have the actual comic book. This is not a reprint. This is the actual copy, Sergeant Rock number 408, the same comic book that he has at the end of the movie. So I can't wait to get those two framed together. So this will be a lot of really cool stuff. Can't wait to get those framed because it's definitely necessary. I'm sorry, Wolf. I know that a lot of people don't like it. I happen to like the movie for what it is for pure entertainment. I would personally like to approve a lot of things about it, but that's just me. There's just always people wanting to say, well, I think we can do better. We can always do better. Absolutely. Always, always doing better things. And you have to forgive me. I'm actually trying to make sure I can square some of this other crap away. I made a blog about it. Yeah, I agree with you, Trash, because what happened was the beginning and towards the middle was fine. I had no absolute problems with it whatsoever. I really liked it a lot, and for me, it was just something that towards the end, it was just going. It was just, ugh, that last one. But there's really cool Easter eggs in it, though. So I also want to see, do you guys collect Funko Pops? I know I keep mentioning it here on my channel, but I'm sorry, Funko is pretty much doing the whole New York City Comic Con shared exclusives. And what they're doing right now is, this is the Funko Pop. It is the half cloaked and half uncloaked Fugitive Predator. This is again a New York Comic Con limited edition exclusive, and that's going to be at Books A Million. So that's going to be on Thursday, this coming Thursday, October the 4th. That's going to be at that location. So really, this is lagging? Like a huge lag? I'll see if I can do that for you, Pygmy. But see, here's the problem. With Books A Million, this is the only shared exclusive that they're going to have, if that makes sense. So normally you'll have GameStop, Barnes & Noble, and things like that, right? With Books A Million, this is the only shared exclusive that they're going to have for New York City Comic Con is that one Predator. So I'm going to have to go to my local Books A Million to make sure that I get my, figure, because otherwise they're going to probably sell out. I don't know how many they're going to have, and it's going to really, really suck. Yeah. I mean, I changed it, Wolf. I changed it from, I think I had it at 500 kilobytes per second. Right now I'm running at around 609. In the Netherlands. Isn't that also the EB Games, Pygmy? Netherlands. I don't know if I could travel all the way to the Netherlands from the UK. That kind of sucks. Let's see. Oh, I want to share something really quickly too with before I start into the review. There was a guy I noticed on Instagram who was doing Legos, and he actually did the Predator ship in Lego form. So check this out. So you have the first ship, right? This is the front, and you got that side item there of the Predator ship. I think this is the assassin ship. There's the back of it. I thought that was pretty neat as hell. Oh, well, the usual I was just talking about, Wolf, I'm sorry, is that with New York City Comic Con, they're having their shared exclusive for the Fugitive Predator. It's a half cloaked, half uncloaked figure or Funko Pop. So that's going to be at Books A Million. So you just want to make sure that you can get that as quickly as possible, because it's going to be the only shared exclusive that Books A Million is going to have. So I just want to make sure that you get that information with you, so that way you're able to get there on October the 4th, Thursday morning, in order to get that Funko Pop for you, for yourself anyway. Sure, Pygmy, I'll do that for you. Let's see. Okay, so also turns the movie release. I'm jealous of Thailand, Russia, and a few other places, and I'll explain why. So pretty much what it is during the movie release is that if you were at these locations, and again, Thailand, Pakistan, and a few other places, right? So they had the regular pop-up. So this is like a Hallmark card kind of pop-up figure they had for their poster. In Korea, they had this really cool cutout. So you had the Predator with a statue. So I thought that was pretty neat. And in Russia, they had flashlights, mugs, hats, notebooks, bottle openers. It was ridiculous. Thailand, I'm even more jealous of Thailand. Here's why. In Thailand, you got a bucket combo set. So you got a bucket, a popcorn bucket, in the image of the fugitive predator. You could have also gotten a regular cup, either blue or orange of the movie theme, at your local movie theater if you're in Thailand. I'm going to try to hunt this popcorn bucket down, the one that looks like the fugitive predator. I have to look that up. I have to find that and see where I can get it from, because that's going to be ridiculous. What's up, Phil Scrippy? So yeah, I try to, if I can, on eBay, try to see if I can't find, you know, those buckets, or at least that one bucket. I know. And you think my local theater didn't have anything. They didn't have no posters, no cups, no buckets, no nothing. That's cool, Sean. Now, did you get the orange bucket, or did you get the silver bucket that looks like the fugitive? Because I want the fugitive looking bucket. That's the one I want. I know also there was a couple of cups for the movie Predators back in 2010. I haven't gotten those yet. Those I'm really, really excited about. Which pop? I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if I get the New York City Comic Con one, we'll see what we're going to do with her. You did get the Fuchsia Silver one popcorn bucket. That's awesome, dude. I mean, it's really, like, how big is it in size and dimensions, if I may ask? Okay. Nice. That's awesome, Sean. You're lucky. I try to hunt down on eBay as much as I can, but with my current fourth quarter, which is, you know, this month running into December, is already booked. I am so booked for the next 3 months, which is a good thing. I'm not going to complain. Alright. Smaller than 2 feet. What's up, Felix? Man, that's big. Small trash can size. That is big. From my understanding, it's going to be sometime at the end of this year, probably in Christmas time. But if not, it'll be the beginning of 2019 in January. Because their waves usually hit every quarter. So every quarter, every 3 months, they get 3 figures. So every figure per month, but they usually do them in threes. Always in threes. Just like Nolan says. No, Matthias. It's just your show. It says Thomas. Thomas Felix. I didn't forget your name. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get into this movie review, right? So, what I really liked in the beginning of the film was you had the opening scene, this is the original, right? So they had the original font for the Predator based on this opening scene from the original Predator back in 1987. So of course we have the spaceship going through space, just about to release the landing or pod from the jungle hunter onto Earth. So that was pretty cool. So this is kind of a reference to that here. In this particular scene, you have the cloaking. What's really interesting about the cloaking part is that you have this little silver ball, and I swear to you, if I were to paint that gold and add wings, it looks like the golden snitch from Harry Potter. I don't understand exactly what that device is in reference to either it being a human or a predator. It was just really weird in a sense to where that would be the one thing that caused you to go cloak or uncloak. So that's just weird to me. So there was that. And then what's really cool is that the cloaking effect was more like a force field. It actually surrounded your entire body as almost like a mirror. So in relation to that particular scene, you have Queen McKenna, and you can see how he is decloaking, and you see these little octagon-based shapes that when he decloaks, it's pretty much like a shield while holding that device. I just thought that was kind of neat, and it expands on, how the cloaking works, how it surrounds your body when you're cloaked. So I thought that was actually kind of cool. Yeah, there was actually a lot of really cool moments in this movie. And I'm actually going to get into a lot of really cool stuff right now. Sorry, I have a gnat roaring on me. What's up, Alex? So pretty much there was that. And the other scene that I really liked was the P2 spear. And I'll show you that real quick.
Oh my god. Alien technology. This is what you brought me here to see.
So the reason I like that scene is, I'll do it one more time.
Oh my god. Alien technology. This is what you brought me here to see.
So the reason I like that scene is because it had not only the Predator 2 spear, but also had Lex's spear in relation to that as well. Yeah, that'd been awesome. Me and my son. It's very interesting that you mentioned that, Wolf, because he sent me. I remember I went to LA for the whole Predator screening. And this is what he sends me as a message, because I showed him the video of what his daddy was doing. And he was really, really proud and really excited. Let's see if I can pull it up real quickly. Yeah, this is what it says. So my son says, or my ex, I showed Drake your photo of the interview, and he said that it was really cool and that he must have a really cool dad and be a cool kid. He thought it was a video at first and was like, oh my god, play it. He went and grabbed my mouse, and I told him it was just a photo at first. So that was the photograph I sent him, but I did send him the video afterwards. Yeah, that was Lex's spear. See, here's the thing though, Trash. So you have Lex's spear, and I thought it was the Predator spear that the Elder gave her that they were going to show off. No, it was the spear that had the alien tail attached to it. So I'm thinking, I'm watching this movie, right? And I'm going, okay, so not only do you have the Predator DNA, but you also have the Xenomorph DNA as well. No, it wasn't that one. Yeah, no, it's not that one, Wolf. The one where she stabs the alien queen in the neck, and the alien queen takes it out of her neck. It's that one with the tail wrapped around it. The one that Scar gave her. So, pretty much what it is that if there's any alien technology that was left behind. So, perfect example, like the P2 spear from the second film, that was left behind. So I'll show you that really quickly. And the reason it was left behind is this really cool reference to that scene. And I'll show you that really quickly. So obviously you have the P2 spear. Danny Glover's character Harrigan goes and grabs it, knocks the P2 City Hunter off the roof. There goes the spear. But if you go in close up on this camera angle, the spear is gone. He doesn't have the spear anymore. So that's why you have in the movie this one quick, scene.
Oh my god. Alien technology. This is what you brought me here to see.
So that's why you have the P2 spear in possession of Stargazer. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, I think with regards to Shane Black, he said this is not all predators altering themselves. This just happens to be the small band or group that happens to be altering or genetically modifying them. And I'll get into that, here in a minute as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised of it either. Especially with all those facehuggers, the ones that have, impregnated somebody. And you have that carcass. It's kind of like how when Bishop from Aliens was examining the facehugger, it was already dead, but it was still a remnants and the dead body was still there. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past predators. They're a very, very advanced race. I don't know if they would be able to alter DNA, but if you can add certain attributes to DNA chains, like for example in Jurassic Park, that was back in 1995, adding certain genome sequences into the strands of DNAs in order to complete what was missing. I wouldn't put it past them. Sorry, Wolf. Yeah, that's what it is, Sean. Only an isolated few groups of Yaucha are genetically modifying themselves to be better than what they are. So, for example, the Predators in, the Predators movie back in 2010, I always looked at them as the anacondas of the Yaucha species. So you have like the classic Predator is the Burmese python, and then you have the Predators, the three as anacondas. A lot of people keep referring to them as super predators. That's not a super predator to me. The assassin predator in this new movie, that's me as a super predator because he's being genetically modified past his natural limits because he's, naturally not that big. He will never grow that big unless without any kind of genetic modification. So there is some scientific, perhaps logical way of looking at it, but it really depends upon the purpose and what they is. A lot of people, because predators, as I mentioned before in my other past videos and live streams, is that they pretty much monopolize on survival. So in any way, shape, or form that they can survive by taking the offensive attitude, take them out before they take us out, shoot first, ask questions later. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. We'll see. Even with us, I mean, we have the capabilities and we've done it, believe it or not. They have been able to take a chicken and be able to add certain proteins within the vertebrae of a chicken to make the tail longer of the chicken. It was actually already done while the chicken was still in its current embryo stasis of the egg. It was actually a documentary about it when they were also finding that frozen woolly mammoth. It was back in, I don't know if it was North Pole or Antarctica, where they can actually grow just like the sheep. There was two sheeps, clone sheeps. That's genetic modification. I don't know if that sheep survived after so many years. I mean, if we have it, and this is what, 2018? I wouldn't put it past the Yaucha to already have it way many years before we already did. I like that. Well, that concept could go to hell. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was in the comic books, believe it or not. As a matter of fact, it was Aliens vs. Predator Eternal, where one of the main characters was using Predator DNA to make himself live longer unnaturally. And he was capturing predators just for their blood so he can live a lot longer, to be considered supposedly immortal. It's actually in the comic books that we were doing it, not the predators. So there is that possibility that we would do it for selfish reasons, obviously. Let's see, I think there was another, let's see, reference. Oh yeah, this one. The other thing I really didn't like was the photographs. Remember how Casey, or played by Olivia Munn, was looking at this photograph? That was probably my biggest pet peeve out of the whole thing. I'm thinking, first of all, how did you even get the photographs? That didn't make any sense. How can you get a photograph of the Jungle Hunter and the City Hunter in that portfolio when there was no cameras, no satellite imagery 30 years ago? That's just nuts. Well, that was the first premise, I think. Remember, that was the first possible concept where we made the assassin predator, and that's what we were supposed to do with the two friendly predators, is to go ahead and capture and kill the assassin, or the super predator as they called it. I don't know, a lot of people didn't like that script, which is why we got the script that we got now. So does that mean that you rather wanted the two friendly predators to go up against the super one? Wolf? Yes, that was the first premise. It was two friendly predators. One actor that was not in the final edition of the script because it changed the script, which is why I didn't read the leaked script because I have it. A general. There was going to be a general in the movie showing Queen McKenna, played by Boyd Holbrook, the two friendly predators, and his lines of dialogue from the general was, "We let these guys out every so often to hunt." Alright, Wolf. That's cool. So yeah, there was two friendly predators hunting the super. Not rushed. It's just certain things, I don't know. If anything, really, Sean, is because of the backlash. When the leaked script was obviously leaked, they read the script. Mr. H, from his review, he read it. He didn't like it. Nobody liked it. So even with the test screenings, they didn't like that either. So he had to go back and change it. Otherwise, there probably wouldn't have been a movie. Go ahead, Big Man. I want to hear what your theory is. I'm just curious. I actually have my own theory of my own for these kind of things, which is why I'm going to wait till the end for the ending. Yeah, that's what. Yep, James was the general. Yeah, and that was another thing too. I got some of the still clips to reference what was in the movie versus what was not in the movie. So I'm actually glad you brought that up, Trash. So for example, the one thing that I'd rather have changed, you know, those photographs that I was talking about before in the portfolio that Casey was looking at, or Olivia Munn was looking at, here's how I would have done that. Here's a clip from Predators back in 2010. So this is, of course, that photograph. Here's what I would have done.
87 Guatemala. A spec ops team went into the jungle. High end. 6 man plus a CIA liaison. Only one made it out. In his debrief, he said they came in contact with something. He gave a detailed description. The thing on the totem.
So that's how you introduce the predator. Because if you'll notice, whenever someone gives a detailed description, let's see, the fugitives from one clan and the assassins from another. Yes, that's true. And we both know the many clans and lots of clans, wars and scuffles between them. Yeah. I would like to do it, Sean. I would gladly take it. So per that image that you just saw, they should have, per the description that was given by Dutch, because per Isabel in Predators, as that clip that I just showed you, she says that he gave a detailed description of what they came in contact with, and it was the thing on the totem. It was the classic Predator. So if you were to put in Stan Winston's sketch, because usually when you give a debrief or description to, say, an illustrator of a perpetrator or an eyewitness account of a criminal performing a crime, you would say, okay, well, what did he look like? Did he have any hair? How close was his eyes? What was his nose, his lips and shape, his shape of his face? So going through all of that, you would have actually had that concept artwork from Stan Winston as in that portfolio that Olivia Munn was looking at. That should have been there and not the actual photographs. That's just my 2 cents. The other thing I would have really liked would have been a photograph of, say, Michael R. Harrigan. Like, for example, here.
87 Guatemala.
Oops, sorry. So you have here a photograph of Harrigan. This is a computerized digital image of Danny Glover from the Predator 2 scene. So I would have loved to have seen this photograph in the portfolio or on a computer. So I just thought that was really interesting and really cool. If they had done that, I would have done it totally. See, now I reckon the future is from the clan, more traditional. The clan wants to become better with science. Yeah. I think it's either to eradicate us or to... I don't think it's to help us. I don't think any Yautja or Predator would build a weapon that would go up against their own kind. It's retarded. So what do you guys think? Do you think they should put the concept artwork in there as opposed to the photographs, or do something a little bit different? Because I actually prefer concept artwork myself. That's just my opinion. I didn't really care for the photographs that were in there. You know, I was just thinking about that, Trashed. Because what it is that, if you'll notice when they were talking, like, oh, yeah, how do they rope you into this? Oh, it's so-and-so and so. I'm like, oh, that's cool. My dad's been doing this for quite a many years. As a matter of fact, he came across one and he ended up dead. Yeah, I agree, Sean. The concept artwork is way more authentic. And actually makes a lot more logical sense, too. So, if also, the part of the thing about where... I'll show you real quick. In the lab.
Dr. Brack, would you like to meet a predator? Come on. It's a nickname. You know, the data suggests that it tracks its prey.
You're one beautiful motherfucker.
So I always like that one. Now, a lot of people, believe it or not, think that that was the first time they actually reference the name Predator. That's not true. The first time that the Predator name was actually named off was in the second film. It was Peter Keyes that said it, and this is his line that he quoted from the movie itself. Take this look.
Well, we've prepared a little trap for this predator.
So there you go. So we got the lab.
Dr. Brack, would you like to meet a predator?
Well, we've prepared a little trap for this predator.
That's where you got the name first. It was the second film not this film. They've always been called Predators, but Predator 2 was the first time that you've actually said Predator. I mean, I like the joke, you know. Yeah, well, we took a vote. Predator was cooler. I've always liked that joke. And then there was a couple of other jokes that I liked too. Like the Bible joke. I thought that was pretty funny too. Hey, Wolf. Oh, yeah. That was playing Thomas Jane, a.k.a. the Punisher. That was really funny. Yeah, that's another thing that's trash. When it comes to the choppers, the motorcycles, I don't know if I liked it then, because it was still subtle, but you got the reference from the first film, or if they would have actually said it when they brought in that news helicopter to fly to Area 52. So I just thought that was really funny. Yeah. It still cracks me up. I think I still have one of the jokes in here. Let me see if I did the jokes. No, I don't think I did the joke that much. I mean, I have it. I'll go ahead and add it real quickly, because it's just my favorite joke that was in there.
And Dave, Nettles, if you don't stop with this Bible shit, I'm gonna set you on fire. And Dave, Nettles, if you don't stop with this Bible shit, I'm gonna set you on fire.
Nels, if you don't stop with this Bible crap, I'm gonna set you on fire. This is funny. You have Tourette's, Sean? I did not know that. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I think Nettles was actually really funny. Keegan-Michael Key was funny. They're all funny. Yeah, I mean, it was entertaining. That was the whole thing. I take this movie for a grain of salt for what it is. There's a lot of cool references in there. Yeah, that's understandable, Sean. It's just, I mean, it's a movie. I have to accept it for what it is. I wish it could have been better, based upon what I've already mentioned before, how I would have done it. I think the other thing I would have done, too, I think I have a footage of it as well, is Jake Busey's character. I mean, he's still alive. He's right there. So I know that he could come back in the second film. I really would like to see him again, another installment of, you know, a Predator film. He's willing to do it. Yeah, that to me was hilarious. See, and that's another thing, Wolf, too, about the fugitive Predator grabbing the hand and giving the, you know, thumbs up. That just reflects his personality. And that's how I think that's how he does and how he's able to accomplish a task instead of killing everybody. And that's another thing, too. Everyone was confused about why is he killing humans if he's here to save us. Well, first of all, I don't really think that weapon really was meant for us, number one. Number two, he was held captive against his will. He was captured and held hostage. Yeah, I'm going to kill somebody just so I can get out of here. because I'm being hunted by somebody else. Yeah, Fugitive was awesome. That should have been the Predator throughout the whole movie. To me, it was just too much CGI for my taste. It really was just too much CGI. If they was kept it practical like they should have, it'd have been perfectly fine. Now, there's other really cool Easter eggs and references, and I'll show you a couple of them. So with the suit, here's one. So there's the suit right there, Leo catching up his, making sure that he has everything. He realizes that, oh, I have things missing. Why do I have things missing in my suit? I don't have a gauntlet, I don't have a helmet, I don't have any of that, right? But if you remember in the video game Predator Conquering Jungle, he escapes from the lab just like Fugitive does. So in the lab, Scarface, he's all banged up, and he has to escape from the lab. And then when he does escape from the lab, he actually has to go hunt all his armor down. So I just thought that was a really cool reference. I don't know if it is a reference or not, but this is where you have to escape. And I'll show you the biomask here in a minute. So there's a biomask where you have to get all your weapons. And he still is missing weapons. So I don't know if that was a reference to anything or not. Yeah, the ending was ridiculous. And that was the only best scene that I've ever saw, was the Fugitive Predator escaping. Yeah, CGI really killed it. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if this scene, him escaping, was part of Predator Conquering Jungle or not. But I think, let me see, there might be another reference I can pull up. The other reference that I also like to show off is, here's the Stargazer. Let's say if there was another footage, right? I want to see another footage of this footage from Predator 2 in the Stargazer Area 52 lab. I think that would be really cool to be looking at footage from City Hunter, Predator 2. I would like to have Olivia Munn look at that footage, just as reference to what they were doing, what they were trying to doing, what they were trying to capture. And I just think it was really cool. Yeah, I agree, Wolf. Most definitely. I mean, it's not just the game. There's also the comic books, too. That there should have been more research done. Like I just showed off, you know, the Predators, about giving the detailed description. Instead of doing that in his debrief, if you're reading Arnold Schwarzenegger or Dutch's debrief in that portfolio, you look at the concept artwork as opposed to actual photos. That's just my own, you know, personal opinion. And I think also there was one time, I think Peter Keyes mentioned in Predator 2 where he was trying to capture the Predator. So there was that. The other thing is too, I realized how hard did this occur where they actually captured the fugitive, because they've been trying to capture predators for eons, right? Or at least that's my understanding, and they finally captured one and it was the fugitive. I didn't like that part. And that's another thing too, Pygmy. I don't know if we're ever going to get another movie. I hope we do. I really, honestly do hope that we get another movie. But for every single time that we get a Predator movie, it gets, you know, worse. Based on the fans, anyway. It was kind of funny. I was trying to add it, but I forgot to add it. There was votes on Stan Winston School of Character Arts Twitter feed. 870 votes. 87% of those votes said that Predator, the first Predator, was the all-time favorite Predator movie. Predator 2 didn't even skim by a close second. And then 3% for both Predators and The Predator. And it depends on the novel, though, Pygmy. The novel that I like the most so far that I've read would have to be Predator Incursion with the Rage. I almost finished with reading Predator Armageddon. So I think that Tim Levin is a very good writer. No, not really trash. So this question was, do you think that this movie took a lot from the Bad Blood comic book? Two predators fight out in a group of army outcasts taking on a government spooks while caught in the middle of the hunters. No, I mean, I saw one YouTube video where there was supposedly references to a comic book called Predator Kindred, where it was an ex-military, person, didn't have much of a home life. He was kind of a bad husband, but a very good father. Kind of like in this situation. I don't know if that was a reference to the comic book or if the comic book was even used. I don't see this being a Bad Blood law enforcement kind of situation. I'm not sure. I mean, you can say that there are similarities, but I don't know if they actually pulled that from comic books, because Fred Decker and Shane Black both co-wrote the script. Sorry. So I'm not quite sure. That'd be cool if they did. But see, here's the problem though. If I watched Alien vs. Predator, and I did in the theater, I liked the beginning of the movie, just like I did like the beginning of this movie. The problem arose when I saw everything being transitioned from it being Paul Anderson's own story to being into a comic book. And what really sucks is, just like with Batman vs. Superman, when I went to go see the movie, I already knew the ending because I've already read the comic book. So how do you kind of blur that fine line between you already know the comic book, but yet you're going to go see a movie that's based off of a comic book? This is really, really interesting. The other factor is when you have like these Marvel movies or The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead TV show is loosely based off the comic book, but not exact. So it's kind of interesting to see how they're going to intertwine comic books because they're more popular. And me and David Silva, who is the lead sculptor at NECA, we both agreed if it wasn't for Dark Horse Comics, we would not have Predator 2 or AVP. So it's kind of interesting on how Dark Horse Comics paved the way for what we are all as Predator fans. I haven't read Forever Midnight. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, they're the Hish. I didn't care for the Hish that much. I have another question for you guys. Did you by any chance get the red suit reference or Easter egg in the Predator, the new Predator movie? You know which red suit I'm talking about? The Jean-Claude Van Damme suit? Excuse me. I'm tired. Organized my closet. Stashed away a couple of my collection pieces. Well, if you guys did not see it, yeah, the Halloween trick-or-treat scene. So, if for those of you who are watching the live stream now and you're not one I'm thinking of or haven't seen it, here's where the red suit is. So this is the original red suit Jean-Claude Van Damme wore in the original Predator movie before they changed it. And this right here, if you notice right there on the left-hand side of your screen, that's the red suit that was in the first movie. So they picked it out as a really cool Easter egg. And it looks kind of convincing too, that was the red suit. So you have that red suit there, white, yellow eyes, or whatever they use for the eyes. And then you have that suit right there that a child was using for trick-or-treating. I thought it was pretty neat, actually. I didn't know it was there until Larry Fong told me about it at the LA screening. To answer your question, Trash, if you were watching the movie, and I'm going to go see it again, when Rory has his head towards the camera and he's walking towards the crowd, and I'll show it to you again. So you got to be very close and pay attention when you're watching the movie. So when you're in the theater, so he's got his helmet on, he's got tape wrapped around his head, and he's walking towards the group of kids. That red suit is going to be on the left-hand side of the screen. That's how you're going to see it. And it's based off of this red suit from the original 1987 film when they were filming Jean-Claude Van Damme. So I just thought it was really cool reference to as an Easter egg. It was really, really, really cool. Yeah, it's really fast. You've really got to pay attention. I didn't see it. This is what I saw it the second time, because when I was watching it the first time in LA, I didn't even see it because it was so, like you guys said, it was so quick, and I was thinking, where was it? Because there was two scenes. There was one walking towards the camera, and then there was one where he's walking with the camera away from it towards the group, the crowd of kids. I don't know, Trash. I want to see deleted scenes for sure. And I don't know if we're going to get an alternate cut or an extended cut. I want an alternate cut. I want an alternate cut of the third act all the way through 100% as is. Just saying. Yeah, that's another thing too. I don't know if they even shot James the General. I don't know if they shot his work or they probably did rehearsals, but that's pretty much about it. I don't know. I really want to see more and more stuff from that. But I really liked that Easter egg with the red suit, the original suit. What I did not like though was the whole plasma caster tri-laser bit. That I didn't like at all, because in my opinion the targeting laser guidance system in a Predator helmet does not dually act as a plasma cannon either. That didn't make any no sense whatsoever. Yeah, I wanted the original script too. But again, Wolf, like I mentioned before, it had huge backlash from non-Predator fans, by the way. That's another pet peeve of mine, too. Whenever there's a new Predator released, all I ever hear is, ooh, are we going to get Arnold back? Ooh, are we going to get Arnold back? Are we going to get the Jungle back? Are we going to get the original Predator back? I'm like, really? You're just asking for a remake. Shut up. I don't mind having Arnold back, but he has to be in the right context for him to be back. Perfect example would be if he comes back, if I wrote the script for the Predator movie, he would be a 5-star general, and he was the one that started, in my opinion, Stargazer, because he was the only one that saw and lived through the Predator in the first film. So, based on his debrief, his detailed description, that he's the one that started it. So he would be a 5-star general in this day and age, and he's already working on Terminator 6, whatever this number is now, with Linda Hamilton. I would totally have him as a 5-star general. Yeah. It's just... This is why, because if you'll notice too, this is a generational divide. And with analytics, my age range for my subscribers and viewers, which I do appreciate all of you participating on my channel and supporting my channel. The age gap is between the ages of 18 and 55. So majority, however, of my viewers are between the ages of 25 and 35. That 10-year mark. So that's obviously because, I mean, I'm 35 years old. I've seen the movie when it was released. I was 6. I couldn't go see it in the theater because I was 4. But then you have the generational divide or gap that's coming up behind us or me. All they care about is Marvel. They are conditioned to only liking Marvel movies. It's the Marvel movies right now that are taking movie theaters by storm, billions of dollars. Star Wars ain't cutting it. No other movie is cutting it because everybody cares about Marvel. Well, where's the next Marvel movie coming out? I don't care. When's the next Predator movie coming out? That's what my question is. Oh yeah, Will Traeger. He just looks to the side. Bam, back to the head. Idiot. That's why you place your shoulder pointing it that way instead of just looking to the side over here. He just fires it. That was just funny. Yeah, it happens, man. If I kid you not, Sean, if I were to go up to a kid who's 15 years younger than me and I mentioned the movie Police Academy, all-time favorite movie, comedic movie of all time, because you had 5 police academies. I love the first 2. They wouldn't know what you're talking about. Wouldn't know what you're talking about. They wouldn't know Johnny Five from Short Circuit. They wouldn't know Big Trouble in Little China. They wouldn't know barely any of the movies I just referenced. And a lot of movies nowadays, I'm not a Marvel fan, but I do like the Marvel movies. But it's getting bad. Like, it's almost like clockwork. Oh, $1 billion, $1 billion, $1 billion. It's all about money. I don't know about trash. She kind of, with Casey Brackett as a biologist, especially in, you know, a university as small as that was, didn't really seem all that legit. And they did seem like they just plucked out of nowhere, unless her paperwork and all her research is significant otherwise. So if the federal government does look at paperwork and scientific projects, so you're lucky, Sean. I have one sideshow piece, and that was the 1/4 scaled biohelmets from AVP. I have 2 Hot Toys figures. See, most of my collection is in original artwork. I have 27 original pages to 8 different comic books. I have a lot of lithographs. I have a lot of signed and numbered prints. You know, I have stuff like that. I don't have every single piece that I would like to have. Don't listen to him, Sean. Too old to collect. You know what? Me and my mom, I actually got on the phone with her this afternoon, and we got into an argument about my collection. It's retarded. I guess it is what it is. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Which is another sad news. Toys R Us, you know, went out of business. A childhood gone, and a childhood that I grew up getting all my Predator action figures from Toys R Us. Even as an adult. NECA figures, Kenner, Galoob, all those figures. Yeah, exactly. We go in the direction of what we want. Yeah, it is a huge trap. A huge financial trap. It's ridiculous. All you care about as an adult is money. You're always wondering where the next money's gonna come from. Yeah, the peg wasn't the issue. My biggest problem for me was just the head. I can actually take the head off itself, but the peg was still there. That unmasked head, when I try to put it on to the neck peg, it wouldn't budge. So I just said the heck with it. I'll place it on there, and that's a bit about it. Yeah. Well, that's the perfect thing about it, Sean, is that back then Toys R Us was the only major, I want to say conglomerate. Is that the right word or terminology? They're the only ones that had toys. And their biggest supplier was Hasbro and Mattel. That's very true, Pygmy. Growing old is definitely mandatory. Unless you have some kind of unnatural or natural way of living immortal. That would be the best way to go. KB Toys was another one. KB Toys was awesome. I think there was another scene in the new Predator movie that I liked or didn't like. Let's see what I have. Hold on. Sorry. Oh yeah, the Predator Hounds. That was another thing I was going to talk about. I'm not sure about the Predator Hounds. Like, you got to see he getting shot in the head, and all of a sudden he's just got dazed, and now he's reverted back to being a puppy. So I'm going to show that scene one more time. Nebraska Williams shoots him in the head, brain damage, and just becomes a puppy again. I don't know how I like that one. I personally liked the dogs from Predators. Oh, a penknife? I don't know. I don't want to do knives or anything sharp because I'm scared I'm going to break, scratch, or even cut myself trying to put on the head or even take the head off. Nah. I haven't seen any Predator anything at my Target. My Target sucks. So I'm actually glad that this half-cloaked and uncloaked Predator will be at Books A Million and not at Target. I think I got mine for about the same price. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I agree. The Hounds from Predators were way better. Alright, Pygmy. I appreciate you staying around, man. Sorry it took so long. I just want to make sure I get some of these footages up for you guys so I can show you. I also think, what was the other reference I liked? Oh yeah, the cloaking tech. So that was the other ship that I have. This right here. That was really cool. How they form is almost like ice. That was the interesting thing about it too. Later, Pygmy. You know, when the cloaking technology goes over the ship, or even on your own body, it's almost like icicles, where it just forms. Alright, Trash. I'll see you later, man. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's true. But here's one thing that I think would be best, because here's what was not in the trailer. You know, that whole ending? That was sucked.
I guess you'd call it the Predator Killer.
And then you get this kind of crap. Oh, it's a suit. Suit of armor. Oh, look at you. You're screaming. It's not even killing him. That's the part that sucks. This is so weird. No, Sean. I honestly did not hear anything about a 1/4 scale future Predator. But a lot of fans, I'm sure, would want a 1/4 scaled fugitive predator. And hopefully there's a lot of people talking to Randy Falk about doing it, because that would be awesome. Let's see. I think the reason Nebraska was coughing out blood is because of the high altitude of where he was. That's the only thing I can figure. Because usually when you have the higher altitude you go, the less air you have, so you can't really breathe. I don't know if you would cough up blood. I don't know how much medical science there is behind in that. I thought that's pretty much why I was coughing out blood, because he was on the ship, on top of the ship, not protected from the high altitudes that they were going up at a very rapid rate. Oh yeah, it was, Sean. Totally. I think, here's an idea, Wolf. If there was a way of getting rid of the suit, it would probably be an electromagnetic pulse, because it runs off of electrical based plasma energy, right? So if you want to disable it or just destroy it, make sure there's enough electrical interference for the Predator suit to probably not function or not even work. That was just my, suggestion. And see, here's the thing. If it's true that the Fugitive Predator was giving us that weapon, or the suit, as a weapon to utilize against the Predators, why would he do it? Well, you know how in the first flashback scene, there was, I think I still have it. Let me see. There was supposed to be a flashback scene from Alien vs. Predator, how Predators have taught us how to build and all that other stuff. So there was that. I don't have it. So pretty much what it is, an AVP Predator's been here for centuries. And you know how there's always those alien abductions, people saying they're being kidnapped from aliens, and it's supposedly as little green men. What if there weren't little green men? What if there were the Predators themselves kidnapping us and trying to genetically modify us, but they could not alter our DNA like they could with themselves? So what they did was they built a suit to help protect us from on threats like other Predators. Just as, an opinion, a theory. My theory is that that suit was not meant for us to begin with. It was a weapon designed only for Predators against other Predators. It was based off nanotechnology, and it was a weapon that was used mainly in between their war and not us. We were just the cannon fodder. That sounds like interesting this way. I just think it would be a really cool idea and explanation, as if we ever get an explanation on why this suit was built. That I want to know. I don't care who is it for. I just want to know, why would you ever build a suit like that? Either to mimic or to look like a Predator. And I guess there's always that one saying, God created us in his image. Maybe Predators built the suit in their image, because that is, God to them. Who knows? I also like to see if a Yautja Predator race or society has a religious background or belief, other than the code of honor. You do not take life that is, unworthy to be taken, that's weak, pregnant, sick, stuff like that. That's just how I would see it. I don't know. Now, some Predators don't even care, right? Predators will just kill flat out to kill. Those were the bad bloods. It goes completely against Yautja code. Kind of odd without the suit to help us. Yeah, he killed everyone he encountered instead of just being like, hey, I'm here to help you all. Well, I mentioned that, Mikey, is actually because he got captured against his will. He's being held hostage. That's why he was killing everybody. Now, the soldier in the beginning that got killed and got strung up, I have no idea why. Probably just for fun. Unless the soldier fired first upon fugitive, then he would get killed. But you don't actually hear the guns going off. Yeah, that's true, Sean. So it's really funny about predators and us as humans. We can't get past our own bullcrap. So this is why we are being held back scientifically, logically, and all this other kind of stuff. Social media is running rapid with that kind of stuff. And I know I can't talk because I'm on YouTube, but with social media like Facebook, Twitter, those two places are rivaled with political, right-wing, left-wing agendas. It's really sad. You honestly think, well, how can I get past this? How can I believe in myself to improve myself to be better than my counterpart or my coworker or my enemy, if that person happens to be an enemy or a frenemy? So just, thoughts and ideas. I think overall I like the movie. I'm going to go see it for the 4th time, probably on Saturday, and that's going to be on the 5th? No, the 6th. Sorry. I'm going to go see it on the 6th. Now keep in mind, guys, there will be, however, a video this coming Friday, not Wednesday, because on Thursday I'm going to go to my local Books A Million and see if I can't get that, New York Comic Con exclusive Predator. Gotta add them to my collection. I already got 8 Funko Pops right now as it is. I got the Hound, the Predator, Gemini Collectibles exclusive, Hot Topic specialty series. So I'm almost done. The only thing I'm missing is the 2 Chases Rory. Rory is on his way. I just bought him. And the Amazon exclusive Thermal Predator Hound. He'll be arriving on Wednesday. I like it for what it is. I mean, I'll critique it till the sun, comes up. But it is what it is. I mean, it's still a movie. It's still something that I can go into a movie theater and enjoy to watch. Yeah, that's not gonna break past $200 million. That's another thing too. Back then, if you made $100 million on a movie, but you only spent 50, maybe $40 million on it, you're doing pretty good. Nowadays, everybody wants that $1 billion. I'll tell you what, Sean. I'll even sweeten the deal. I have a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Titan figure. I'll give you the New York City Comic-Con exclusive along with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Titan and Funko Pop for the 2 Chases and your silver popcorn bucket. Savvy? Just a suggestion. Because you know me, I'm not going to sell it. I don't sell hardly any of my collection. Which is another reason my family and I don't get along that well. This is one of those unfortunate things. I mean, I'll show it to you. I think I have it. It's boxed up. I'll show you a picture of it. If you're on the Predator fan app, or if you're following me on Twitter, which is again Kane 218. It's the San Diego Comic Con exclusive Think Geek 6.5 inch glow in the dark Titan figure. I also did a review on that on my YouTube feed. Just look for the Titan figure. I did that one, and I also have the hold on, I'll see if I can't pull it up real quick. Sorry, I wasn't really prepared for that one, but I know where it is. Excuse me. Where are you? Alright, here we go. This is the thumbnail. So that's the San Diego Comic Con exclusive Titan figure. Glows in the dark, 6.5 inches. And you're only able to get it at either GameStop, ThinkGeek, or San Diego Comic Con. So that could be an option to you if you're willing to do that. So I have two. I was going to do it as a trade anyway, but I didn't know if anyone was going to want, you know, a Titan figure. Oh, you have 3 of those? I didn't know that. Well, that's still an idea. Alright, let me see if I can get rid of this image. Sorry. Alright, so let's see. I think that's about it. Was there anything else you guys have thoughts about the movie, or anything that you did or did not like? I mean, I like the movie, I just don't love the movie. So, yeah. That's understandable, Sean. I like the comedy. Actually, Mikey, to me, I enjoy the comedy. I don't want it to be too serious 100% all the time. I'd rather it being, because Keegan Mike and Key, he's a funny guy to begin with, but he can be serious if he wants to be. And actually, you're lucky, Sean, in regards to, you know, how your buddy owns 7 collecting shops. Here's another good question for you, Sean. Because your buddy owns 7 collector shops, is that how he gets your sideshow statues and stuff and your busts? No, I didn't like the suit. It was too much CGI. Actually, Matt. Way too much CGI for my taste. Yeah, I agree. Comedy is always a good placement as long as it's used correctly and in the right context of things. That's just my own personal opinion. I like the fugitive suit. I did not like the suit at the end, as I just showed. I didn't really care for the assassin as far as him being a CGI based Predator. I understand why they did it.
Sure.
Well, you're lucky, Sean. I don't have that much money. I mean, my stuff is a mess, but I'm going to show you really quickly. I've never done this, but I'm going to do it right now. So you got, there's my Funko Pops. And my Dorbs. My autograph for Anna. My Hikaris. Bus Bank. My beautiful Predator 2 poster. So that's my, filming partition. I also have now my Geek Fuel box I'm going to do an unboxing for. And that was my computer. So, sorry. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. You are very lucky, Sean. Extremely lucky. Yeah, I do remember that wolf. See, Keegan's just a funny guy. He likes being funny. He likes having a lot of fun. Now I got 1/4 scale figures. I have 10. I actually gave one away because it was the Jungle Hunter with the LED tri-laser and the gauntlet. But I'll be getting the Jungle Demon finally here pretty soon with the LED eyes, tri-laser, and gauntlet. That was the one I wanted with the LEDs. No, I haven't opened it yet. The unboxing for the Geek Fuel Volume 2 that does in fact have a Predator item in it will be not this coming week, but it'll probably be next week. So mark your calendars. Here's where my videos are going to lie. And I normally do this, or I used to do it. So on Friday the 5th will be my Funko Pop New York City Comic Con hunt for the cloaked, half cloaked, uncloaked Funko Pop. So that I'm going to go on the 4th, edit it, upload it on the 5th so you guys can see it. And then on the 10th will be the unboxing. So October the 10th will be the unboxing of the Geek Fuel box. I know I want the 500 edition variant, the glow-in-the-dark variant. And I'm not going to say what it is for anybody that's watching this live stream right now if they don't know what I'm talking about. I really just want to wait. But there is a glow-in-the-dark variant to the Predator item that's in that box, and I really, really want that variant. Your autographs, Matt, that you gave me, which I really do appreciate, that will be done the week after. Because I'm trying to do everything as far as I can. So, there will be, I already scheduled that for it. I promise. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of things that I need to get done. Because these boxes, like the Geek Fuel box, is already old. People started receiving them at the end of August. So this is now already the end of September. Now, if you want one of these, though, the Geek Fuel box, you have until November, I think it's November the 19th to get the Volume 2 box if you still haven't gotten yours. Because it's a quarterly box and they're still shipping out the Volume 2 boxes. You have until November to get the box. And then it'll switch to a different quarter, and you won't be able to get it at that point. I do not have the Predator 2 with the LED lights, Sean. I kind of passed on that one because here's what it is with the 1/4 scale figures. I have all the originals, except for the open mouth one, because I have enough open mouth, pieces in my collection. I was like, I'm tired. I'm kind of done with open mouth roaring faces. So I got the closed mouth jungle hunter, the original masked hunter, the unmasked city hunter, masked city hunter, warrior, elder, big red. So that's 7. Gort, that's 8. I forgot what the 9th was. Yeah, so it's the Geek Fuel website. You just go to www.geekfuel, all one word, GEEKFUEL.com. As a matter of fact, if you go to my live stream from last month, there will be a link there that will get you $5 off the box to help you out. So you go in my live stream, because I have a separate folder of live streams. If you go to live stream from last month, all your links are going to be there. Now, Loot Crate, unfortunately, you can't get that. Loot Crate is already done. Yeah, Gort is an amazing figure. I love Gort, especially with that spine, where you get the skull and the spine together. Geek Fuel is a Mikey. It's another subscription box. They used to do it monthly. Now they're doing it quarterly because of the price and the amount of items you get in the box. Well, the live stream address is just www.youtube.com/c/Predator Collectibles/live. But that's for this live stream you're on right now. If you go into my channel feed, I have a separate category for folders. So you have my uploads and reviews, giveaways, and my live streams, or it says live. So if you go to the live folder, it'll be the last live stream I did last month, and the link will be in the description box for Geek Fuel. Oh, dude, I got tons of mini-mates. I got an entire bag of mini-mates. An entire bag. And this is not your, like, a bag of, like, this. I'll show you the bag. This is my bag that I normally wear outside. So this is my Predator 2 San Diego Comic-Con Hall H bag. Not this bag, no. The bag that I have full of mini-mates is a giant garbage bag full of mini-mates. Oh, yeah, Mike, I got your box, buddy. That will also be opened along with Matt's autographs. It's part of going to be my viewer mail video. So that's going to be done the week after. Because I have to open up that Geek Fuel box, because I know a lot of people is already getting theirs. So here's the way it works. So October the 5th will be the New York City Comic Con Funko Pop. October the 10th will be the Geek Fuel unboxing, and then October the 17th is going to be the viewer mail. The 24th will be Loot Crate, and then finally the 31st will be live stream. I do have extras. I think I have one extra sitting over there, but the box is damaged. And if you want it, that's probably why I passed it up. I bought 2 of each mini-mates. One to keep as is, mint in box. The other one I will open to display in my collection on a shelf because they're teeny tiny. Is that the new Predator mini-mates? The new movie one? Oh, dude, Mikey, you gotta stop doing that, man. You're gonna get into a car accident. Dude, me and Sean, you and I are the same kindred spirits, Sean, because that's actually why I started my channel. That's why I do my giveaways. I can't do everything, financially to my willpower. The next giveaway I'm doing, though, I was going to do one this month, but it's already now, the end of September. I'm going to do another giveaway in Christmas And that's going to be for a pretty nice, good giveaway. Because it'd be Christmas, time of giving. I want to do it at that point. Mikey, you're crazy. I cannot open my boxes. I know it's eating me up inside to figure out whether or not I got the Predator that I wanted in this Geek Fuel box. But we'll have to wait and see. I gotta be patient. Wolf, you're still there with us, girl? Hey, Sean, just out of curiosity, does your buddy have the Sideshow exclusive Magico statue? The premium format figure? I have tons of stuff. I have half stuff open, half stuff unopened. Depends what it is and if I can put it back in the box. Okay. I was just curious, Wolf. You're very quiet. Like, perfect. Here's a perfect example for you, Sean. This right here, I'll gladly open this and I'll put it right back in its box because I can. That's why you have the slip, folders or flip lids. These are the kinds of things I'll open. So I can always put them back in the box. Now, because that one's autographed by Shane Black, I'm not going to open that one. That sucks. He actually kept the Magico premium format figure. I have to see what I can do to getting it. I want to review her sometime on my channel and keep her in my collection, but no, I'm never ever gonna open that. Like I said, this will remain as is in its box, autographed by Shane Black himself, played by Hawkins, and this will also be framed along, with it, because it's part of that theme, right? So I can't wait to put that in a box or a frame. I did not meet him. I saw him. I mean, he was physically right there with David, or Dave and Tori, asking questions. I don't collect any Xeno figures. I might, however, collect the Grid Alien that's a glow-in-the-dark green one, because it's the supposed Predator Vision mode for the Xenomorph. That's probably the only one I'll probably buy. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I mean, he's very, very much to himself, Shane Black. He's cool to see. I wish I've said hi and meet him, but the people that I got to meet were Augusto, who played Nettles. Liked him a lot. He's actually the same height as me. Met him. I already met Jake Busey, who played Sean Keyes. I met him not just at LA, but I also met him before it became Sean Keyes. I met him in Mesa, Arizona back in 2012. So he was at a horror convention. Yes, Mikey, I had micro machines. I have all the micro machines. Well, the only one I'm missing, though, Sean, is I'm missing the ship. That is the only one I'm missing. I have the head. I have every single, Micro Machines or Galoob Micro Machines figures. No. Sean Keyes or Jake Busey, he didn't die in the movie. Well, see, here's the thing, Mikey. What it was is that I bought the Galoob Micro Machines playset in Toys R Us when Toys R Us was a thing. It still boggles my mind that it's no longer a store. But they had the Kenner figures, they had the Glue Micro Machine playset, they had both the Alien and the Predator. I obviously went with the Predator. So I have the Predator head playset that reenacts the gorilla camp scene. And I also have all the figures. So the only one I'm missing is the ship. But there's the thing, I didn't realize the ship even existed because Toys R Us didn't have the ship. My favorite piece that I have, Sean, in my collection would have to be, I have two of them, actually. I have a pull or a cast from the production used original mold of the screen, production used, I just drew a blank, stunt biohelmet. There was two helmets. There was a hero and a stunt. I have the stunt biohelmet out of the production mold. So that's my favorite piece. The other favorite piece I have is I have the page 17, no, I'm sorry, issue 3, page 15 of Predator Life and Death. And if you guys know which one I'm talking about, if you read issue 3 of Predator Life and Death, on page 15 is a splash page, beautiful splash page of Crack Tusk with his spear going like this. Let me see my hand. There you go. So this is the pose out of that page that Prime One Studios chose for that statue you guys are floating around on the Predator fan app and on the internet. So what I really, Sean, by the way, if you're, I don't know if you're getting this, the Prime One statue, the Crack Tusk that was released or announced, I have to get that one because it'll go great with the original page that I have, because that's the one that Prime One chose to do that pose for that statue. So I have to do it. And I think, and if anything, Sean, you beat me. I mean, yeah, I have like, what was it? I think my number was 340 plus individual pieces, even though they're from the same company. But if you count them individually, I have 340 plus individual pieces. I would love to collect Sideshow. My final payment for Hot Toys would be on December 25th. For the Crack Tusk Predator statue? I thought the pre-order wasn't up yet. I didn't get a notification for it. Oh, you RSVP'd. I'm sorry, I just read that wrong. Sorry. I like how you said that, Sean. No matter who wins, we all lose. AVP pun. I like that. That's cool, Sean. I don't really try to get everything that I can get. I try to get what I can afford. At one payment, yes, Mikey, that's true. So Mike says, I can't commit to a Hot Toys purchase, too expensive. If you want to make payments, it's a little bit less on the wallet. $50 a month. It's not bad. So when you make your final payment, they'll ship out to you your Hot Toys figure and you'll be fine. I still have not gotten my Ahab figure yet, Wolf. I need to grab him. But again, I'm too busy. I need to start doing much more better finances decisions. Yes, Mikey, they have payment plans. The other cool thing is about the Prime One Fugitive life-size bust. If you pay a down deposit of $189 soon, the only payment you will have to make per month is $131 per month up until 2019. It's a 13-month installment payment of $130 per month. That's it. And you'll be able to get a life-size bust of the fugitive predator. Yeah, it's always best to do a payment plan. I mean, if you got $2,000 just lying around, more power to you, but it's much more better to get it for the payment plan. And I'm like you, Mike. I didn't know they had a payment plan either. And the other benefit is that when I pre-ordered the Wolf Hot Toys figure, they didn't start charging my card until April. I pre-ordered him in December or January, one of the two. Yes, dude, you talk about penny pinching. I'm constantly penny pinching. Constantly. I try to see what I can get to add to my collection, what I can review, if it's, you know, boxes to keep my channel up, because I love doing reviews. That's why, you know, my channel is very informative. I try to do reviews based on what I like, what I dislike about certain pieces. Funko to me is a pain in the rear end, because you have Funko Pop collectors that don't necessarily collect Predator, but they'll collect the Predator Funko Pop because it's a Funko Pop. Drives me nuts, because when I had the opportunity of getting a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive back in 2013, it was $15. Now it's, you know, $300 Funko Pop. Like, you gotta be kidding me. And the reason I didn't get it is because it was just a simple Funko Pop, but it was battle damaged. It had green blood splatter on it. That's it. I'm going to stick with Predator for my comic books. The benefit, though, is I have every single comic book that Dark Horse has ever released for Predator. Yep. Me and you too, Mikey. I got every crossover and as well as every single issue. Yes, they have. And also, Mike, I do collect other things. Like, I love artwork. I'll show you really quickly what I have for artwork. So, raise your hand if you like the movie Trick or Treat. I love Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat is an awesome horror flick. I actually like Sam. What's up, Jay? So, check this out. I have a Sam print, or art print, and it's actually numbered 511 out of 1250 is the print of Sam from Trick or Treat. So there's that. I also have, this may not be Predator related, but I'm also currently reading, stop it, Vampironica. You can see that. Sorry for the glare. There we go. So Vampironica, this is issue number 3, where Veronica Archie, she's a vampire. So I'm reading that right now. Really cool, interesting comic book. Yeah, Wolf, I was thinking about that too when I first saw his mask come off. He looked exactly like Pumpkinhead. I'm like, that's, you know, tongue-in-cheek, isn't it? Sam is the mascot for Halloween, and he just happens to look like Pumpkinhead. Yeah, pretty much. That's Veronica. Most definitely. So Jay, I would like to very much welcome you to my live stream. I apologize if you probably missed out on a lot, but I was pretty much talking about collections as far as what I grabbed this current month of September. I also talked about what's going to happen for the month of October for Funko. I don't see a lot of new releases coming out for the month of October for NECA, except for Ahab. I think Ahab is coming out with the Ahab figure. I know they're releasing stores. And NECA, I think, is also Eagle Moss. Eagle Moss is releasing a couple of statues for next month too. For me, I'm just gonna wait out until Christmas time. I'm gonna buy my own little Christmas stuff. And my son, I'll buy him, tons of stuff. I always do, because I don't see him as often. That's actually another reason why I want to start this YouTube channel, is to make sure that he looks up to me. He thinks he's very proud of me as a father. I have a YouTube channel. He watches me all the time. I was hoping that sometimes he'll be here on the live stream, chatting it up. But he's probably in school right now. Or not in school, but eating dinner. Yeah. But here's the thing, Sean. With the Eagle Moss Predators, they started off really, really rocky. The paint was bad. The sculpt wasn't all that great. Now they're starting to get a lot better. The other reason I didn't like them as much was because they kept putting their statues, that is, what's the word? What's the word for it? Polystone statues. So they would put them in these plastic boxes with plastic vacuum formed protection. That's not going to protect your statues. Yeah, well, if I love my son, he's the coolest kid ever. But now with the Homeworld statues and the other statues I reviewed, they're now putting them in the styrofoam cases. So they're treating their statues like Sideshow does, which is a good thing. Oh, you think that's bad, Sean? There was a Palisades statue, and it was the jungle hunter holding the spine up like this. He looks like a bullfrog. Bad sculpt. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, they went out of business back in 2006, which is kind of funny because that's exactly when Sideshow Collectibles started as a business, was 2006. They've been in business for 12, 13 years. Sideshow, I mean, not Palisades. I think Palisades probably wasn't in business for longer than maybe 6 years. They didn't last as long as I thought they would. Yeah, it's just that sculpt is bad. I like it because it's a mini bust. I think the best busts that Palisades has done was the Elder bust, the Scar and Celtic busts, or mini busts, the Predator 2 mini busts, and I think that was it. Those 4 mini busts I liked a lot. No, unfortunately, Mike, I didn't have time, buddy. Once I landed in Los Angeles, my schedule was already booked. We went to Fox Studios. We did a private tour of 20th Century Fox Studios backlot where they do The Simpsons. They're doing new shows, which I couldn't take pictures of, which is cool. But they had their own little archive room. I took a picture with the screen used dress from Big Trouble in Little China. Favorite film. I think, Sean, I'm missing the Predator 2 mini bust. I think I have the micro bust. But I'm also missing the dioramas. I'm also missing the City Hunter wall relief. I have the Jungle Hunter wall relief with its certificate of authenticity, but I don't have the City Hunter though. Yeah, I didn't know that Big Trouble in Little China was done by 20th Century Fox. But yeah, the screen used wedding dress in the final scene where the two women are marrying Lo Pan. That dress was there. Oh, I love the 80s. 80s was awesome. Karate Kid, RoboCop, Predator, Terminator. What else? Revenge of the Nerds, Weird Science, Police Academy. Just all kinds of cool movies. And you got the real cool horror movies too. Hellraiser, Pumpkinhead, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween. Well, technically those are not 80s. Those were like more like late 70s, early 80s. But you couldn't go wrong with the 80s. The music was awesome. The movies were awesome. I hate zombies. Sorry, Mikey. I'm not a big, huge fan of Living Dead anything. So here's a question for you, Jay. If Jay is still with us. What is your all-time favorite movie outside of Predator? That might be a hard one for me. I don't have a huge favorite movie. See, Sean, you're just like me. I would have totally done number 4, left in box, and unopened the number 17. I'm sorry, Wolf. I'm old. I was born 1983. When you were born in 1997, I was in the 7th grade of middle school. The Crow's a good one. I like The Crow. Yeah, it had its moments. That's understandable, Jay. I think that's the typical answer for most people is Predator 1. But see, here's a perfect example. When I voted on the St. Winston School of Character Arts Twitter feed for what was the best Predator movie, I hands down picked Predator 2. Now, I'll explain my reasons why, though. August 11th, 1997. I'm going to mark it on my calendar, Wolf. I want to wish you a happy birthday. Hold on one second. So August 11th, 2000 or 1997. Got it. So let's see. The reason I like Predator 2 is because you had that sense of fear that you did not have in Predator 1. The most scary scenes that I remember doing was the cemetery scene where David Archuleta's necklace was dangling from the branch. That was scary. The subway was definitely scary. The other scary scene was where Danny Glover pokes the Predator in the stomach and he bounces. I could have swore that was the time where I thought the Predator was going to leap and get him. But no, it's just right after he removes his mask. Yeah. And see, that's another thing too, Sean, with the music composed by Alan Silvestri. The music for that movie, even though it was the reminiscent of the first one, it was 10 times more suspenseful with a lot more thrills and chills than it did in the first one. Okay, so Wolf, I have a question for you. Since your cousins introduced you to Alien and Predator, which one did you fall into the most? Was it the Predator or the Alien? Because for me it was just Predator. Alien didn't really spark that much interest. I guess because of the way he looked. Yeah, it was, Sean. Timing is everything. The timing of the music, the beats, and the atmosphere. Atmosphere is a big, huge push, too. I can see that. I see that a lot of people do Alien because there was a 8-year difference between Predator and Alien. Alien came out in 1979. Predator came out in 1987. So there's definitely much more of a gap, generational wide, for Alien. So here's the thing: you got Star Wars that came out in 1977. 2 years after that was Alien. So those were pretty big movies. The biggest collecting piece I have in my collection size-wise. Size. I just now thought of it. You guys go to FYE, right? A lot? That's cool, Wolf. So anyone? FYE? FYE shoppers for your entertainment? Funko Pops, NECA figures, shirts. I'm just curious because... Okay. So Sean, FYE gave me the giant poster for their window for the brand new Predator movie. So if you go into FYE store in the mall, you know how literally the door is about the size of their window clings or their glass windows, from their ceiling to the bottom of the floor. They gave me that. Wait, do you have the Genocide Queen? Okay, yeah. I was going to ask. So you have the regular Queen and the Genocide Queen. That's cool. And you know what's funny? I never read Aliens Genocide. It looks like an interesting comic book because you have two different factions of aliens. You have the red ones and the black ones. Am I double-sided? I don't know if mine is double-sided. Yeah. No, you're fine, Jay. Your English is perfectly fine. I can read it. So, Sean, did you actually get the one poster that they have to hang on the hooks? Because that's the one I got. This is the one that it's got holes where they have to put the hooks on. And it takes up the whole window. And I mean the whole window. I can hang it from my door. It's that big. I think it's like, what, 40 inches? No, more than that. I don't have Alien Dead Orbit. I got the new Predator Hunters sequel. Oh, you're lucky. I'm hoping that, because Sideshow is doing another contest in collaboration with Loot Crate, they're giving away a Jungle Hunter maquette with the collaboration with Loot Crate. Alright, Sean. So what are the odds? Because what happened was I went into the FYE and they didn't have it up there very long either. They had it up for about a week. I was there that Saturday, left to go to LA. I come back that same Saturday because I always have Saturdays off. And except for next week, obviously. So I asked for it that way. And they're going to take it down. I said, well, can you give it to me? I'll take it. They're like, sure. Because they were going to throw it away. Why were you whining? I don't whine. I did whine to one of the employees for selling a fugitive predator chase without calling me first. I did say that to him. I was like, dude, you know this. You should have called me. That's cool. Okay, so excuse me. So, question, Sean, I have a question for you then. Did you get the 54-inch double-sided poster, but did you also get the Funko Pop FYE exclusive black chrome advertisement for it too? Yeah, Mikey, I'm talking with my local comic book store about getting the Funko Pops in. They know that they pre-ordered them. I'm hoping that they're going to have a chase with it, but he's going to give me a call when that happens. Okay, wait, let me get this straight, Wolf. So you have Indiana Jones, Darth Vader versus Alien in the world of Jurassic Park full of dinosaurs. Alien would suck. No offense. Alien won't survive. I could be wrong. But a xenomorph against a pack of velociraptors? I don't see it. The velociraptors might end up dead because of sulfuric acid once they try to get a bite out of the xenomorph. Other than that, the xenomorph is a dead person. Indiana Jones, I don't know why he'd be in Jurassic Park. That'd be an interesting way of looking at it, I guess. That is an odd combo. Alien in Jurassic Park. I'm sorry. Nah, for me, I just got... They're going to throw it away. So, like, there's no charge. So, here's the 54-inch poster of the Predator. Here's the Funko Pop advertisement for the FYE exclusive black chrome Predator. I'm like, alright, cool. And at the very bottom of it has the Raymond Swatson t-shirt, which I still have yet to get. But I'll be getting that soon, probably next week, I hope. It doesn't sound dumb, Wolf. It's just I'm trying to think, what will a world like that be? Where you have a xenomorph running amok in Isla Sorna or Isla Nublar with a bunch of dinosaurs. Indiana Jones, because he doesn't fit because he's an archaeologist, not a paleontologist. if we're talking about science. And then we got Darth Vader. He'd probably get whatever he wants. That I do want to see. See, that's the thing, Sean. I don't really consider them hookups. It's just more of if I see an opportunity to get something that they're not going to use, or they're going to throw it away, or they know that I would be more appreciative in having it, they'll contact me first. Then they'll contact someone else that doesn't appreciate it because it's not, you know, it's a Predator item. So they'll be like, Glendon will want this. It's like when I go shopping for anybody in my family, or if I know, for example, like Wolf likes the Wolf Predator. If I see something and I know for a fact she doesn't have, I'll get it for her birthday because I know that she likes the Wolf. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's you know who likes something and who doesn't like it. You know who will appreciate it more than the other person. I don't know, Mikey. I ask that question all the time when the FYE exclusive Funko Pops being released. My contacts believe that more likely this FYE exclusive Black Chrome Predator will not be released at all. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. So we'll wait and see. Excuse me. See? I mean, I didn't want to assume, Wolf, that, you know, Wolf, Predator, or Queen, that you're infatuated with Wolf, so I just figured I'd ask. But Sean, if you can, just because I'm in Alabama, dude. That's first and foremost. This place sucks. It sucks so hard. Not even funny. I want to get out of here so I can get better accommodations, better locales for my collection or collecting, my hobby. No one likes it here. No, I don't have that, Sean. I don't have the Super Predator. Eventually I'll get him because I see his price kind of drop a little bit. So I'll have to get the Super Predator. I'll have to get the Assassin Predator because you have Super and Assassin. With the Predator, it's just pretty much just the regular Predator. It doesn't say Fugitive Predator on it. Oh, that sucks, Sean. I'm sorry, dude. Wow, even the Fugitive Wolf. You're cheating on your wolf. That's a shame. Scar is okay. Scar to me was just not as a badass as I thought he was gonna be. I don't know. I could be wrong. When he first sliced off the alien's head, like it was nothing, he was just like, yeah, I just did that. You got a problem with it? Yeah, I think everybody was one of the error ones. I think that's something too with Funko. That's the first time that I've ever seen them do that. An error in judgment or an error in licensing based on the names. It's so weird. My favorite Predator character. I don't have one. I like them all. Yeah. Whatever floats your boat, Wolf. He's cute, but at the same time, it's just one of those. It's like a baby cute. It's yeah, that's how I see him as. He's like, yeah, you're cute, but you didn't unfortunately last as long as I thought you would. But that's a typical Predator movie, right? Every single Predator dies. Kind of sucks. Well, guys, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and head off. I apologize. Currently, it's going on 8 o'clock at night. I still have not eaten anything yet, and I keep yawning, so I completely apologize for being inappropriate and rude for yawning. But I definitely want to say thank you, Jay, for stopping by. I'm sorry that you missed out. If there's anything that you want to look over, then again, we'll just wait until this video has been uploaded to the YouTube servers. And again, Sean, dude, you and I gotta talk some more, man. Mikey, always a pleasure. Thank you so very much again for the gift. Yeah, I know. I hate those endings too, Wolf. I want one Predator. Just one. Please, just one Predator to survive. That's all I ask. But everyone else, I want to thank Thrashed for sticking around, Philly, and of course, Pygmy. I know you're probably going to be watching this at the end, but I want to thank you again for joining at the time that you did. I know it's going on midnight. You had to go to work. But I love all you guys. Yeah, definitely find me on the Predator fan app. The Predator fan app is actually one really cool fan app. Wolf is there. Mike's on there. And pretty much what it is, it just looks like this. You just want to download it on your Google Store or app. Apple iTunes, things like that. Just really cool. Make sure you, if you want to, I don't know if they're doing this right now, Sean, but they're doing the whole invite your friends to join the Predator app for a chance to win some prizes. So there's just that option if you want to do it that way. But also, Sean, if you still want the Geek Fuel box, make sure you go to my live folder, and on my last month's live stream, the link should still be there, and we should hopefully $5 off if you're still interested in getting that Predator item as well. All right. I'll see you guys later. Love you, and very much appreciated. Have fun, guys. Have a nice night. Oh, Last Furrow, man. You just showed up. I was about to head off to go to bed. Okay. Well, I appreciate you chiming in, man. I'm glad you chatted in with Last Furrow. Well, again, Mikey, Sean, Last Furrow, Wolf, Jay. Again, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys.